Asuka's retirement status just got more confusing. After Asuka's match at Backlash, she waved goodbye to the crowd and seemed emotional, which led to every pro wrestler honoring Asuka with a post and leading everyone to believe she's retired. But reports are labeling Asuka as being only semi-retired.
Asuka is, so the story I heard is that she is semi-retired. I haven't really gotten an exact meaning of what semi-retired means, but I guess people were wishing her goodbye and things like that backstage. So I don't know if that means she's going to Japan and she'll still wrestle. I don't know if that means she's going to still do stuff here and there, but I was told semi-retired.
There was rumors circulating that Asuka was returning to Japan to deal with the situation, but it was also said that Asuka was backstage at Raw on May 11th. Asuka's status appears to be completely up in the air.
Io also showed a lot of respect to Asuka after the match ended. However, if you didn't notice, Asuka gave a goodbye wave to the WWE Universe as she left, seemingly confirming that this may have been her final goodbye.
The swan song to Asuka is kind of appropriate for Asuka at the end of the day, with it being her protege and her being the senpai. But again, it's also a stark reminder of how misutilized and unutilized Asuka ultimately was. We'll see. Of course, this is all speculation. We don't know if she's actually done with the WWE, if this was her last match, but that post-match segment, it definitely felt like it.
The IWC has already held the funeral, apparently. 3 wrestlers, one night in Tampa, and by the time the Backlash post-show panel ended, half the internet had written the obituaries already. They ordered the flowers and started debating some other things, where they're going nuts, is there a Hall of Fame talk, and so on and so forth. There's something that nobody wants to say out loud. And the thing is, WWE hasn't confirmed anything. Not one word, not one official statement, not one press release. Everyone's saying she might be semi-retired. Some are saying other wrestlers might be gone. And in this business, until the receipts are verified, especially when it comes to wrestling, we have to wait. We shouldn't be going out here like a dirt sheet. Well, this is dirt sheet radio. Throwing dirt sheets about her being half retired, even though she hasn't stated why. Because she wrote one post. She wrote a post saying, "I'm having it my way" by Frank Sinatra. And everyone's saying, thank you, Asuka. And then people are doing retrospective and they're saying she is done. We don't know that yet. No one has confirmed. So let's talk about it. Welcome to the Tea Drop. Strong brew. No soft behavior. Every few months this happens. An emotional moment in the ring, a cryptic social media post, a dirt sheet report with the words semi-retired, and suddenly the speculation machine starts spitting it up and starts producing takes faster than WWE can produce storylines at times, which is wild. Maybe we should hire dirt sheets to write stories for WWE. And I'm not here to dismiss this emotion that some of these people are throwing. But what happened in Tampa between Io Sky and Asuka is real. The feelings in that arena was real. Io Sky's words on her Instagram post was real. She wrote a Japanese post about thanking Kairi for everything you've done, thank you for teaching me, and so on and so forth. The one thing that spun everyone out of control in the post show was Big E's reaction, because that was real as well. He thought maybe she's done. He started speculating too. But let me ask you something. When is the last time you saw the IWC pump the brakes long enough to separate what they felt from what was confirmed? Now, there are other people that are being talked about leaving as well, and that's Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins has not announced a retirement. Bayley has not announced a retirement. Asuka has not announced a retirement. So what do we do with the emotion? What do we do with the signs when we see little cryptic messages? What do we do with that? We hold them. We appreciate what's going on or what they're trying to do, and we discuss what they might mean without burying people who, or put obituaries for people who haven't asked to be gone just yet. That's what we're going to talk about right now. So let's get into it. Let's start with Seth. Seth, because his situation is actually the easiest to read. If you listen to what he actually said during the post show. IWC saw him lose to Braun Breaker and immediately started the clock. Just like that, because they always do that. Career fears. Is this the end? He ate too many spears. And yes, that match was physical. Yes, Braun winning was a big deal for Braun's ceiling to go even higher in his career. But the speculation machine skipped right past what Seth said after the match during the Backlash post-show and instead went into a frenzy. So let's go through what he actually said. During the Backlash post-show, Seth Rollins said the following. He said the following during the post-show. The path for me is back to the World Heavyweight Championship, but I cannot do that until I fix things that are not getting the job done right now. I'm going to go back to the lab and reevaluate. This is what all great athletes do. There comes a point in your career when you're not 28 years old. You're not even 35. You're 20 years in the game. 2,000 plus matches. So I don't have to be the guy I was back then. I can be better. I can be newer. I can still be the best. And that was it. That was him during the Post-Backlash. And it gets interesting. The IWC heard reevaluated and read retire. They heard reevaluate and read rebuild. His body obviously has absorbed 20 years of punishment. And a man who is done that does not say, I can still be the best. He says goodbye. Didn't say goodbye. Seth instead was saying he just has to figure things out. Seth was the first NXT champion in NXT, July 2012, before the black and gold era was even called that, before NXT was must-see television, before Dusty Rhodes had built the system that changed developmental wrestling in the modern era forever. He did not climb that mountain to go out quietly on a loss to a spear. He went on record with 2 unfinished missions: reclaim the World Heavyweight Championship and dismantle division. If you saw Raw this week, he did have a little moment with Roman Reigns. Maybe that means Roman and Seth is a thing for SummerSlam. I don't know. Maybe this storyline is going to be that. He has a roadmap right now, but it's not his statement was a roadmap, and it wasn't a farewell speech. So please, whoever in the IWC is writing this obituary, you guys need to stop. The man hasn't even walked towards the exit. He's walking towards trying to become champion. And honestly, the way I see it is maybe between now and sometime if they don't do King of the Ring, who knows? Sometime between now and whatever PLE is before SummerSlam, he is going to take care of division. In what way? I don't know. And then from there, he's going to focus on Roman Reigns. Maybe that's what they're going to do. Whether he's going to take the title from Roman is a separate question. Now let's talk about our favorite hugger or role model, Bayley. This one is the most frustrating story of the 3 because it's frustrating for completely different reasons. With Seth, the IWC is running a retirement narrative he hasn't earned yet. With Bayley, the IWC is doing something almost worse. They're running a forgotten narrative, and WWE Creative might actually be helping them write it. On April 30th, Bayley posted something that should have stopped the conversation cold. And maybe I can pull it up. Do I have it saved? I should have. This is what happens when I don't prep all the way. There was a post she made. I have it written down, but I want to pull it up for everyone. Where is Bayley? Bayley. What is Bayley's handle? Why don't I have it? Give me a second, guys. Bayley. WWE. Bayley, my future wife. You're gonna marry her? Oh, good for you if you can. Oh, it's me, Bayley. There we go. April 30th. Let me pull up the April 30th. I've been working. Is this it? I mean, she also has the lodestone thing that she's working on too. So there's a lot of things she's doing. Whoa, why did they kick me out of her page? Sorry, it's me, Bayley. I am following her. I don't know why I can't make it show up. April 25th. I don't want to get copyright. Here we go. Here's the post. Boom. So here we go. On April 30th, Bayley posted something that should have stopped the conversation cold, but it didn't. And she put a post on April 30th writing the following. Been working with Jay Ferrugia since February, and the obvious goal was to look as good as I possibly can by WrestleMania. That gave us about 10 weeks, but I made it a point on our first call that not only did I want to lose fat / build muscle, I just wanted to feel good. Shout out to WWE Chad Gable for sharing Jay and connecting us, no questions asked. For too long, I was putting all of my energy into other things and not realizing that I forgot about myself. I look back at what should have been the prime of my career, winning the Royal Rumble and winning the championship against Io at WrestleMania 40, and it bums me out in a way you can see in the pics that I wasn't putting myself first. I lacked discipline and direction, wasn't holding myself accountable. As I've gotten older and the longer I wrestle, I'm learning the benefits of an actual rest, recovery, and consistency in what I eat daily. It's been a leaning process this last year, and key to these last 10 weeks. I'm far from where I want to be, but I feel better than I have been in a really long time. I know these next 6 weeks are really going to test me. Thank you, Jay. I truly feel that I haven't even hit my prime yet. It sounds cheesy, but I believe the best is yet to come. I'm scared. And there you go. Just showing her figuring out a new health plan. But look at CM Punk being a troll. Did I write this? Because same, you inspire me and make me push harder. We have only just begun. Okay, so it looks like CM Punk is using the same person. So it's just her figuring out a new meal. So let me ask you something. You don't hire a health specialist or a food specialist. You don't grind in the gym since February. You don't put WrestleMania on your personal timeline if you are wrapping up. This doesn't sound like goodbye language. It just sounds like she's trying to grind harder. That is her trying to get to her next peak. If Royal Rumble and WrestleMania 42 was one peak, I think she just thinks she can continue further. And that's a good way to think about it. She's been grinding since February with a specialist on a timeline. And it's something of her figuring out a new behavior with her new age. Now, there are unverified reports floating that Bayley could be among potential future WWE releases. And right now, with zero official word, we're not going to talk about it in detail. What I will tell you is this, though. Bayley is one of the most complete character storytellers this company has ever produced. From the Hugger era to the mean Bayley to Damage Control's CTRL villain to role model, the full circle Hall of Fame moment with Lita 6 days ago, she earned every bit of that nostalgia. CM Punk even named her as a dream opponent on record. I don't know how that's going to happen in WWE, but it's a conversation worth having. It would be great if someday WWE allows women and men wrestle each other, even if it's for a short match. That could be a dream match. The real story with Bayley isn't retirement. It's misuse and probably potential going to another company. Maybe. What is her future after this contract? Is she a forever person, or maybe they'll even let her go the same way they did for the New Day? We don't know yet. She is just trying to push her level so they see her worth. And when you show that you are trying to push hard and show your worth, they're going to use you. The issue right now, it's her misuse. And those are two different conversations, one of which WWE Creative needs to answer for. So hold the flowers when it comes to her. Hopefully they fix it. They are using her, by the way. Even though she is not on Raw or SmackDown regularly, she is showing up on AAA more often now, which makes perfect sense. She is probably someone that can easily transcend or translate into AAA. So maybe that's her next step. Maybe she wants to be part of AAA, which I think that's great. That could be a potential thing for next time. We'll see. She showed up in last night's AAA show. All right. Another thing I want to talk about is about the generation of the ones that we've been watching. And I don't think it's something nobody in the IWC has been talking about clearly. Right now, we're talking about three of these wrestlers, three wrestlers that are part of a generation. They are part of, even though Seth isn't really, but they are part of the from Black and Gold era and before. 2012 to 2019, the class that proved developmental television could be better than the main show. The class Dusty Rhodes helped build. The class that rewired what the WWE could look like in the ring, on the mic, and in storylines if you let them. Seth, Bayley, Asuka, Sasha Banks, all good people. Right now, Sasha is gone. half of the people in this freaking list of past NXT champs are gone. Kevin Owens, currently injured. Sami Zayn, Finn Balor, Johnny Gargano, who knows what their future is like. One thing we have to get used to, one by one, slowly, these architects, can we call them, of an era that we truly enjoy, are slowly stepping back from the center of the storyline. Not all at once, not in a dramatic fashion the way we saw potentially with Asuka. It's just slowly. That's it. The way all generational transitions happen, quietly, and sometimes suddenly. And that is the real story here. Not is Asuka done, but what does it mean when this generation moves on? We are in a transitional movement that many people aren't accepting. Right now, as much as we hate it, the way WWE sees it, we're releasing all these people from an old era because we don't want to pay them much, obviously. And we're going to build on the new era with half the cost. And you're either with us or you're not. But they're going to start focusing, which many people were asking for, is to start focusing on the new group. And that's what they're going to do. And now we get to the one person we wanted to talk to, and I saved her for last. Because this one is different, and I need you to hear me clearly when it comes to this person. I'm here today to make sure, in the middle of all the IWC noise, that we do not miss the chance to appreciate what we are watching. Before she walked through the curtain in Tampa, Asuka posted a quiet photo to her story, and it was to the Frank Sinatra theme, My Way, playing in the background. And I am not going to play it because I don't want to get copyrighted. She apparently wrote some of the lyrics. It might have been on her X one, but it's not on this one. But the lyrics fans caught immediately. And one of the key phrases is now the final curtain. Now, to some people, they're questioning, is that a retirement announcement? No, not yet. Is it intentional? Probably, certainly. Asuka has always communicated in layers, in riddles. She's always done that. The match itself was earned. Io Sky picking up the win between these two. It was clean, and it was an emotional and respected match between two juggernauts of wrestling. And Shinsuke said it best. He has a photo account, by the way. Shinsuke Photos, go follow it. Tales of strong Japanese women, and it's a picture of these two, Asuka and Io Sky. These are beautiful photos by Shinsuke, by the way. And during the match, the arena in Tampa was also audibly chanting, "We want Kairi." And if you know the history, you know what the chant was really about. Kairi Sane, Asuka's closest friend in this business, recently departed from the WWE. And the crowd was simultaneously mourning what was already gone, while bracing after the match for possibly watching another loss happen in real time. Potentially. We don't know. That chant wasn't just about wanting Kairi back. It's a chant of mourning for all we know. Io Sky got the win, and what happened next is the moment of the entire video exists to honor. Asuka was visibly emotional, and it's hard for me to show it without getting copy. Like right there, she was like, they were emotional. Like, the arena went quiet in a way that the arena rarely goes quiet, and then Io puts words to it. She wrote, "Our story comes to its final chapter with today's match. The moment the match ended, my heart was filled with all sorts of emotion. Meeting Asuka-san, spending the same time together, being able to learn so much up close, these are irreplaceable treasures to me. Thank you so much, Asuka-san. We love you, Asuka-san." She said their story, not Asuka's career though, not WWE's story, their specific chapter. That is unfortunately not a necessary career eulogy. That is just a friend honoring a rivalry that was important to them. And on the WWE post-show panel, Big E didn't sidestep it. He said it himself. "I wonder, is this a goodbye?" We've never really seen Asuka this emotional. That is true. She doesn't rarely show her emotion. The one time she did show her emotion was post WrestleMania 36 or not even post WrestleMania 26, post WrestleMania WWE Money in the Bank 2020 during the COVID. Asuka won the Money in the Bank. It's the one that they held it at the Titan Tower, and they had to go all the way from the bottom floor all the way to the top of the building to get the briefcase. She won it. And the night after, Becky revealed that she was pregnant for the very first time. And she said, because of this, I talked she talked with the executives and they set up the Money in the Bank to have a bigger prize than it had before. And when Asuka opened the box, it showed the title, and she told her, like, this, if you knowing that you're a mother, you know how important this is, and so on. And you saw Asuka getting teared up. I don't know the specifics wording, and I apologize, but that's when you find out for the first time that, at least in my end, Asuka is a mother. She's a person who keeps her private life very tight, and for good reason, knowing how there's people out there that try to stalk these wrestlers. She kept her life, and that was the first time we know that she's a mother, and that was the first time we saw her be emotional. So that was that one time, and this is the second one. She has been, and he continues saying, she has been a pioneer. She has been truly incredible thing in the ring, even before she came to WWE, which is true. He said, if even the people closest to the moment use conditioning language. But here we go with Mr. Meltzer. Mr. Meltzer, our good buddy, Dave Meltzer, reported after this match, I think it was either a few hours after Backlash finish or even early as this morning, he reported that she was semi-retired. Not retired, semi-retired. Now, sometimes he tells factual, sometimes you gotta hold it with a grain of salt when it comes to Dave Meltzer. Multiple WWE stars, though, were backstage wishing her congrats. Thank you, Asuka. You saw Charlotte posted a tribute photo on Instagram. You saw the Shinsuke one paying respects to her. We don't know what that means. She is turning 42 this year, whether it's 2 weeks or not. Yeah, it's what Meltzer says, semi-retired, exactly. So we don't know until we know from her. Maybe we'll find out on Monday. She has been mentioning retirement in media, even to the point, though, that she wanted to accomplish a certain amount of WrestleManias before she does that. But maybe, we don't know. She has mentioned it, but it was through how many WrestleManias. So there are some signals out there about it, but I don't know if she's hit the quota she wanted. She's been here for 10 years now. She started in 2015. So it's been 11 years. I mean, AJ Styles retired at 10. So anyway, here's what I want to do. Instead of running with speculation, though, I want us to all appreciate her. 14 days undefeated on the main roster, or in the roster in general. NXT with a little bit of the main roster until she lost to Charlotte at WrestleMania 34. She had one of the most dominant runs a women wrestler has ever had in the company. She was the winner of the inaugural Women's Royal Rumble in 2018, the first one they ever ran, and she won it. She was NXT Women's Champ, the standard setter before she even touched the main roster, because she was undefeated. She retired as NXT Women's Champ undefeated. No one can beat her. No one was ready for Asuka. She was Raw Women's Champion multiple times. She was Money in the Bank winner in 2020. She was something else. She wasn't Asuka. She was Kana, a performer who had already mastered her craft in Japan before America even knew her name. She did not arrive asking for permission when it came to the WWE. She arrived and made this company adjust to her. So here's where I stand when it comes to this. We don't know if Tampa was the last time we will see Asuka. WWE hasn't said it, neither has she. She hasn't said it officially, at least. And until one of them does, and I really hope it's not the end, we don't close that chapter. What we can do, though, is what we should do, is make sure that in the middle of all this noise, we stop for a minute, we touch some grass, we look at what she gave this business, and we say thank you for what we've already seen. Because whether there is more to come or not, what she has already done is more than enough to stand on forever. So that's it. 3 veterans, 3 stories, one thing they all share. The IWC is doing what the IWC always does, running full speed towards a narrative before the facts are even confirmed. Seth Rollins said back to the lab, until he says something different, believe him, he is continuing. Bayley has WrestleMania circled on her calendar until creative proves that they are done with her. She's not done. And Asuka may or may not be stepping back. We generally do not know yet. But here's what I do know. We are watching the NXT Black and Gold generation begin a slow transition. Not a crazy exit, not a John Cena level exit, a slow fade. And before that transition is complete, I would rather spend the time appreciating what they've built than rushing to write the ending. Everyone should be holding their flowers, ask the questions first, and enjoy what's still in front of you. We had an amazing match by two of them last night. We should be appreciating for them doing such a great job. So anyway, I have 3 questions for you guys, and as always, drop your answers below. Is Seth Rollins back to the lab, or a genuine reset arc, or is his body writing a different story? Is WWE, though, making a mistake sitting on Bayley while she's actively trying to peak? And of course, do you think Asuka will address her WWE future directly, or will she let the imagery speak for her? This is the conversation the IWC should be having instead of writing eulogies. As always, if the T hit right, hit the like button and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.